You know you should delegate more. You have hired the good people, you have even read the books on letting go, and you still cannot do it. You take tasks back, you redo their work, you stay involved in things that do not need you. You are the bottleneck in your own company, and you know it, and you cannot seem to stop it. Why is that so? Most advice tells you this is a system problem or a trust problem. Micromanaging tasks because they won't be able to do it. You have to be there. I'm going to show you why it actually neither, and why understanding the real reason is the only thing that will let you finally let go. And here's the uncomfortable truth most founders never look at. You are not holding onto the control because your team is not capable. Your team is very much capable because you have hired the good people. You are holding on because of what's controlling everything does for you. At some point in building your company, being the one who handles everything stopped being a job and became part of your identity. The indisciplinable one, the the person who makes it all work, the one without whom the whole thing falls apart. That identity feels good, it feels important, it feels safe. Being needed at that level is a powerful thing to build your sense of self on. But there's a catch. If being indispensable is who you are, then delegation is not just handling of a task, it is dismantling a piece of your identity. Every responsibility you give away makes you slightly less indispensable, and your system reacts that as threat, not as a relief or threat. So you resist, not consciously. You do not think I must remain indispensable. You think they did not do it quite right, or it is faster if I just handle it myself. Those thoughts are real on the surface, but underneath they are protecting something, the identity that needs you to be the one who does everything. So, where does this come from? Because not every founder has it to the same degree. For most people who struggle with it, being needed as how they learned to feel secure a long time ago. For many, they do it at small levels because they know their input is highly needed, which makes sense. But for those who are at certain level, and you know it where you will be, you already feel it when you're listening to this video. Maybe you grew up in a situation where you were responsible one, the one who held things together in the household, the one who other depend on, and you learned early that your value came from being needed in that moment, that being indispensable was how you earned your place. That belief did not stay in childhood, it came with you into your company, and now it shapes how you lead. Simple as that. You unconsciously build a business that needs you completely. Because a business that did not need you would threaten the very thing your sense of worth is built on. And that is why some founders deep down do not actually want a business that runs without them. They say they do, they believe they do, but every time it starts to run without them, they reinsert themselves because a company that does not need them raises a terrifying feeling inside them. And it raises a question also, if they are not needed, what are they worth? And the question is the real bottleneck, not the system, not the team, the question underneath. So, how do you actually change this? Because hiring better people does not fix this. You have already hired good people. You will still take the work back, and better system does not fix it. You will still override them. You will still indulge in the level where you're indulging into their work and make sure that you do it. So the change has to happen at the level of identity. The thing that needs to shift is the belief your value comes from being indispensable. That starts with noticing that feeling. The next thing you go to take a task back, pause and look at what are you actually feeling underneath. That they did it wrong is there. Is there something else? A discomfort feeling with not being involved, a small anxiety about being less. And that feeling is the pattern showing itself. Most people never slow down enough to catch it because they're always at the high pace level, which makes sense during the founder's work, and you're the one doing everything. You will be in that space. But sometimes that small slowing down of few seconds gives you the clarity which you're always looking for. And the best part is when you give this task away, you actually get to see how capable the staff is. The ideas they will come up with will be very brilliant that you might have not thought of. And the ideas which you have in your head is with you. So let them do it. When you have hired such good staff, let them do it. Your input and your idea is there in your head. You can always put that in the end result. But the progressiveness you'll see in their work, the kind of thinking, the kind of ideas they'll come up with will mesmerize you. They ask a hard question, all the founders to themselves: if the business ran perfectly without them, who would I be? Sit with that. For a lot of founders, the honest answer reveals how much of their identity is fused with being needed. And just seeing that frustration clearly starts to loosen it. And the deeper work is going back to where being and the deeper work is going back to where being needed became your source of worth in the first place, because that belief was installed before you had a choice about it. And when you understand it at the root, when you can see that your value, your you never actually about being indispensable, the grip starts to release on its own. It was never that cause. You can let the business run, not because you forced yourself to, because you no longer need it to need you. And when that happens, your focus also aligns in a much more better direction. What is important for the company in terms of growth, direction, next vision, and these people will do the work which you always wanted them to do. And that is when you stop being the bottleneck, not so disciplined, so no longer needing the position. And when you see their individual patterns, their work habits, their work itself, you get to know who is the next best that will keep that region under them, keep that department properly under them, and you will know whom to hire next and whom to let go of. The cost of staying indispensable is that your company can never grow beyond what you can personally touch. You running in all direction with the same energy, and you running in one direction with same energy will have a lot of different effect in what you can achieve. And you can never rest because the whole thing depends on you never stepping away. Is the bottleneck there itself? So concentrate your energy in one direction. In the expansion, if you're doing the expansion, if it's on the operation, then on the operation. But scattering it so much in different direction becomes a big bottleneck. So if you have hired good people, you know they can take up the task. Trust them a bit. Trust yourself also a bit, because your vision is the guiding light for everyone. Your energy is the guiding light for everyone. And when you are segregating your energy in a better manner, in a better direction, things will follow automatically. That is the kind of guidance they want for you. The way out is not a better system. It is changing the identity that needs you to be the one who does everything. The free video explains how these identity patterns form and what shifts them at the root. Watch it and see if it makes sense for where you are. The link is in the bio. Subscribe. I'll see you on Thursday.